On Justin Turner bobblehead giveaway night, the second and final game of this quick series against the Diamondbacks. And hasn't this just been ridiculous lately? A fourth consecutive walk-off win, and this one historic in the way that it happened, with the Dodgers down to their final strike in the ninth inning. 5 consecutive walks, 4 of them against the closer Greg Holland, and then when TJ McFarland came in, Cody Bellinger did the same, and the Dodgers somehow won it 5-4. Welcome inside. Joe Davis and Orr Hershiser. Alana Rizzo joins us in a moment. And I mean, really, we said last night we don't like to use the word unbelievable because usually you can believe it. Yeah. What's happening is unbelievable.
First time ever. So when you think about that, this doesn't even happen in Little League and more or less the big leagues. It was really painful to watch Greg Holland, but it was a nice Dodger victory.
Take a look at the Land Rover Performance Spotlight, give you some context for what happened last night and for this run that they're on. The Dodgers are the first team in big league history to do what we saw last night. And as far as the 4 consecutive walk-off wins, first time in 15 years.
Come to the ballpark, you might see something you've never seen before, and that was happening the last few walk-offs and the walk-off last night.
Walker Buehler goes for the Dodgers tonight, recently named the National League All-Star. Struggled his last time out against Colorado, but the last time in this ballpark, one of the best games in baseball pitched this season.
I think we're going to see a performance something like the last one we saw here at home, not the one in Colorado. That was a little different environment. That was back-to-back starts against the same team. I think we'll see the fastball, the breaking ball, the cutter, every pitch back working again. I think there's a little vengeance coming against this Arizona team that hurt him earlier in the year.
Yeah, the last time he faced them in early June, 11 Ks, the second most he's had in a game this season. We ask it each night, we'll ask it again. What will tonight bring with these 2019 Dodgers? The first pitch against Arizona coming up on a gorgeous night. Dodgers Ball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your SoCal Land Rover retailers. It is a perfect night for baseball as the Dodgers and Diamondbacks get ready to play game 2. And before first pitch, here's Alana Rizzo.
All right, Joe, thanks very much. It's Justin Turner bobblehead night tonight, but JT once again not in the starting lineup as he continues to deal with that residual soreness in the elbow after being hit by a pitch on Sunday in the 6th inning in a pinch hit situation. Yesterday, Dave Roberts said he was available off the bench. That wasn't the case yesterday. Dave Roberts telling us today he didn't necessarily want to show his hand, but Justin Turner is available to come off the bench today in a pinch hit situation or as a defensive replacement, guys.
As the Dodgers try to back Walker Buehler in his 17th start of the season, his 3rd against these Arizona Diamondbacks. Really good against him the last time he saw him in early June. Just 1 run over 8 innings and struck out 11. Here's the lineup that he'll see tonight with Jarrod Dyson to lead things off. And then it's Ketel Marte, followed by David Peralta. Eduardo Escobar, switch hitting second baseman, bats cleanup. Christian Walker, then Jake Lamb and Nick Ahmed with Carson Kelly doing the catching, and an all-Kelly battery tonight. So Buehler Thursday at Colorado, career worst 7 runs allowed on 13 hits, which is the most allowed in a major league game this season. 1 start after he had 16 Ks, the most in a National League game this season.
I think we'll see him back to what he did in his last home start. I think that there's going to be a lot of aggressiveness. It's something that he brings to the mound every day, but I think tonight it will be a little bit different coming off that outing in Colorado. And his pitches are going to react the way he expects them to react, so he's going to find his location a lot quicker. And I think he's got something to prove against these Diamondbacks. Remember, he only had 1 real start against a team coming out of spring training. Came out a little bit early with the slow play. The Diamondbacks took advantage of that. I think Walker's got a little payback in mind.
Newly named National League All-Star for the first time. Here's Dyson to lead things off. And off we go with a fastball that just misses, says Vic Carapazza, calling balls and strikes tonight. And it's 1-0 on Dyson. 1-0 for 4 last night, struck out 3 times. Lifts this ball to deep left center field, sending Verdugo back to the track with room for the first out of the night. Verdugo, part of this Dodger defense, brought to you by Keck Medicine of USC. Flanked by Beatty and Bellinger. On the infield, it's Muncy at third with Justin Turner again out of the starting lineup. Taylor at short, Hernandez at second, Jock Peterson, another start at first, and Austin Barnes catches Buehler. One gone in the first inning. Here's Ketel Marte. Will be Buehler's teammate on the National League All-Star team. It's a fastball strike.
He will be glad that day that he doesn't have to face this stuff.
And probably vice versa. Walker be glad he didn't have to face Marte. He's been one of the best hitters in the National League this year. Brings him a 1-1. Marte pulls it sharply foul, 1-2.
Walker throws an awful lot of fastballs early in the game, really establishes that pitch. He mixed in a cutter here to Marte in the second pitch, but he likes to work both sides of the plate with that at least 96, 97 mile-an-hour heater.
Back home 1-2 and a breaking ball. Check swing, no swing. 2-2. That curveball of his had been so good. Opponents were 0 for 17 against it in his first 4 starts in June, but the Rockies went 4 for 6, and probably goes back to what you're saying about the ball just not breaking right at altitude.
Yeah, it breaks about half as much.
2-2. Peterson's got it. 2 out. Closed captioning in this one brought to you by Howard's Appliances, your appliance specialists.
When you pitch in that atmosphere up there, if you've got one pitch that they're chasing, you try and stay with it. But Walker wasn't landing his off-speed pitch often enough to get Colorado to chase, and then having to use the fastball a little bit more. He got hit around, but I would attribute it mostly to back-to-back outings against the same team and breaking stuff, not acting as usual.
Fouled off by David Peralta. Walker, true to form following the game, said that it's not the park's fault. I just simply wasn't good enough.
And that's true. If you're an elite ability, you know that you can succeed there, but it is a different quotient as far as how good you have to be to succeed there, and he wasn't on his ultimate game.
Previous 4 games, he had given up 3 runs over 31 innings. The tear that ultimately lands him on the All-Star team. That's inside to Peralta, and it's 1-1.
And the run he was on, the strikeouts were huge, but very few walks. That's what was so ridiculous about how well he was pitching. He was matching what Ryu had done, but really with a little bit more electric stuff. Ryu does it with command to both sides of the plate and the great changeup and other pitches that he mixes in. Buehler is doing it with strictly a lot of power and landing the curveball and the other breaking ball every once in a while.
You shouldn't see 97 and 98 and 11-1 strikeout to walk ratios.
Usually somebody who throws that hard is kind of sporadically wild, effectively wild. And if hitters who don't want to hit that kind of stuff at 97, 98 miles an hour, they have more of a tendency to kind of wait for a pitch center cut. And if it's near the edges or off, they take it.
Count's gone full on Peralta. Buehler comes back home with a 3-2, and it's slash foul. Do it again. Peralta coming off a 3-hit night. Arizona actually out-hit the Dodgers, and as fun as that was for the Dodgers to come from behind and win it, what a tough one for Torey Lovullo's team to have to stomach. Another payoff pitch. Peralta looks at strike 3. 98 to the knees to finish off a 1-2-3 first. Here come the Dodgers with a lineup that looks like this. Jock Peterson to lead things off. Then Verdugo. Then Taylor with Turner getting another night off. In the heart of the lineup, Bellinger, Muncy, Hernandez. Fresh off his 3rd home run in his last 7 games. Matt Beatty goes from 3rd to 7th. And Austin Barnes hits 8th. Merrill Kelly spent 5 seasons in the Tampa Bay minor league system and was released So he went to Korea and pitched 4 seasons in the KBO. Signed a 2-year contract with the Diamondbacks this winter and became the first player ever to leave Korea with no major league experience, return to the United States, and go directly to the majors.
4-pitch guy that over in Korea, he went over with a slider and a curveball and a changeup. He came back with a cutter that is a lot better. And it gets charted sometimes as a slider, sometimes as a cutter, but commanding that pitch is the key for him. A lot of first pitch strikes in June. A lot of strikes in general in June.
First one tonight, a strike to Peterson.
With those strikes that he's been thrown, he got off to a very hot start in June and responded to a very tough May.
Peterson lifts one to center field. And Ketel Marte settled under it for the first out. He got off to that hot start, but the last few games, including allowing 3 runs over 5 innings in a loss to San Francisco his last time out, not nearly as good.
Well, he started to get hit around, give up a few more home run balls. And he is best when he gets ahead of you because it's not elite stuff, and then is able to expand the strike zone, and that's something the Dodgers don't do.
Just ask Greg Holland.
Exactly.
One of the guys that had a walk in that 9th inning, Alex Verdugo, with the bases empty and 1 gone. That's strike 1. Dave Roberts talked about it before the game today. He said he thinks the biggest takeaway for him is that in those moments, especially with a sellout crowd, the game on the line, the tendency is to want to swing. That ball's ripped to right at Dyson, though. 2 up and 2 down. And not just to have 1 or 2 guys pass the baton, but 5 walks in a row when the urge is to swing and try and end the game loudly. Really impressive, really encouraging stuff for Dave Roberts to watch.
I don't think any big leaguer had a dream when they were a little kid that I was going to walk and be a hero. And so I know what Dave's talking about. It just doesn't fit the image.
How hot has Chris Taylor been? Off of the bench last night with another base hit. And then it was Taylor that started the run of 5 consecutive walks, with the Dodgers not just down to their final out, but down to their final strike. He was behind in the count 0-2. He takes a strike from Kelly. Nothing in 2.
Chris's was the toughest of the at-bats because he was working with very little evidence that Holland had lost his control. Every batter after him really had a history of saying, I'm going to make this guy throw a strike. I'm going to make this guy throw more than 1 strike. And so Chris getting that walk was the start.
Down the line to right, over goes Dyson with room. And a 1-2-3 first inning for Merrill Kelly. Walker Buehler goes back to work after the 1-2-3 first. Escobar, Walker, and Lamb coming up. His first one to Arizona's hottest hitter, Eduardo Escobar, fouled off, and it's 0-1. Escobar 1 for 3 last night, and now hitting above 400 during a 10-game on base streak. That's dug out and ripped to the right side for a leadoff hit.
You keep the ball down, you expect it to get hit on the ground. He hit this one, though, a little bit harder than you'd want. And Chris Taylor, a nice jump, but just not enough there.
So the leadoff man aboard, and here's Christian Walker. It was Walker that broke up not just Buehler's no-hitter, but his perfect game in Phoenix back in early June with a home run. There's a 2 gone in the 5th inning. Wow. Generous strike, 0-1.
Stay right there, Blue.
Yeah.
I'll stay right there for you.
Late on this fastball, and it's 0-2. Now, one night after Walker homered against Buehler, homered against Kershaw, doubled against Kershaw. Since then, he's won for his last 18.
This is where I think about pitching the defense. 3 fielders on the left side, 2 fastballs blown by him. Maybe think about throwing something off speed so he maybe pulls it into your defense. Or maybe not.
Just go with 98.
I just get a little worried when Walker's got his good stuff that hitters are going to default to the big hole. The data says no, but with no out and a man on first, you just hate to give up a couple of bleeders and be in a jam.
Fastball by him, strike 3, 1 gone.
No need for defense with that pitch and swing. The swing and the miss nullifies everything.
Take a look at our Humana team prevent defense. A couple guys making starts away from their primary position this season. Of course, short has kind of become Taylor's primary position while Seager's been on the IL. And Muncy has spelled Turner occasionally at third. Most of his time, though, coming at first and second. A couple reflections of the positional versatility across this roster. Jake Lamb pops up the first pitch that he sees, and in center field, Alex Verdugo's got it, 2 gone.
First time around the order, you see a lot of swings early in the count because they know Walker trying to establish that fastball, and they try and pick on it before they get to the other 4 pitches.
Yeah, opponents over the first 2 pitches of the at-bat against Walker Buehler are hitting 372. If it gets beyond that, they're hitting below 200. Here's Ahmed. Home run last night. He's always tormented the Dodgers, it seems like, with a long ball. Perfectly placed fastball puts him behind 0-1. Ahmed in his career, a home run every 19 at-bats against the Dodgers. Compared to the rest of the majors, once every 46 at-bats. There are just some teams and some parks, for some guys, or for whatever reason, they get it going.
Even before he opened up his swing, it seemed like he had a powerful night against the Dodgers. Now he has more power in general because he has gone really to when I swing the bat, I will swing it hard.
Boy, this is a pitcher-friendly umpire in Vic Carapazza, and Buehler is exploiting that.
His edges are very sharp. They're not rounded off.
Edgy.
Yeah.
Froggy.
Froggy's coming from the pitcher. Edgy will call the umpire.
0-2 offering. Ahmed looks at strike 3 as Buehler continues to work with a paintbrush. Up comes Cody Bellinger to start the bottom half of the second inning, and he continued his great numbers against the Diamondbacks this season last night. Went 1 for 4, finished the game with a bases loaded walk. On the season, 5 home runs and 13 RBIs in 9 games against Arizona.
He has owned Arizona. It's a home game for him no matter where it is, Dodger Stadium or his hometown in Arizona.
Native of Chandler, Arizona. Takes strike 1 from Merrill Kelly.
27 home runs in the first half, 1 short of a Dodger record before the All-Star break. Gil Hodges and Duke Snider on that record at 28.
That would be some pretty good company.
Yes, it would. Dodger lore.
1 Hall of Famer and 1 guy that belongs in the Hall of Fame. Cody Bellinger leading off this second, and he's ahead 2-1. He joked around after the game about ball 3 in that 9th inning at bat last night. I'm not sure why he didn't just wear it. Jumped out of the way when If he had just turned his shoulder, the game would have been over. He eventually got there. Hit off of the hands, fouled, and it's 2-2.
There are guys that go up there and consciously will turn into it because it's part of their game. But if it is not part of your conscious part of your game, self-preservation comes in, and you're trying to get out of the way. That's just the way you've been bred since being a little leaguer. And if you've never really said, I'm going to put that as part of my game, it's very hard to do, to just get hit on purpose.
2-2. Full count.
Now, Chase Utley would have got hit.
Yeah. Definitely. He might have gotten hit on ball one.
Yeah.
And it was outside.
Yep.
Here comes the payoff. Bellinger pulls it foul, and we'll do it again. Trying to make first base the hot corner again.
They work him inside, and he's developed his swing so he can get the barrel on it, but it's definitely going to be, if it's fair, it's going to be right there by the first baseman.
Another 3-2, and Bellinger with a big swing spoils it foul. Will do it once more. It's been the 8th pitch coming up. The guy who on the season has 53 walks to 51 strikeouts. First 2 seasons in the majors, higher than a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Among all the many impressive things he's doing this year, that may be at the top of the list. Eighth pitch to Cody Bellinger. Crushed to center field. Way back there. It is gone. His 28th. Another page in Dodger history. Duke Snider, Gil Hodges, Cody Bellinger. 28 before the All-Star break.
Hodges in 1951, Schneider in 1955, Bellinger in 2019. What a swing. Change up, 3-2 count, gets a strike and lets it go, and Mom loves it.
Up comes Muncy, and he knifes a base hit the other way. So back-to-back hits to open the second. We look back at the first.
He didn't try to do too much with it. When you hit it right back to where it's pitched and you hit it over 400 feet, Cody knew it was gone. He jogged to first base and enjoyed it.
And it brings up Kike Hernandez. Hernandez coming off another game with a home run, his 3rd home run in his last 7. Out of the 6th spot tonight, taking ball 1 from Kelly.
Don't look now, but Kike might have a low average and only 14 home runs, but 43 RBIs. That's a significant number. And the significance for me is that if he could up his contact rate, put the ball in play a little bit more. We've seen him strike out with a man on third with less than 2 outs. There's some more RBIs that he's letting go there that turns into an offer, which if you get the sacrifice, your batting average goes up. It's all really for me with him is getting the contact rate up. He hits the ball hard. And he has hit into some tough luck in the first half, but not enough to say that he should be hitting in the low 200s.
On a 1-1 pitch that's taken down on away ball 2. Here's the remarkable thing. You mentioned the 43 RBIs and that you sense there may be some missed opportunities in there. He's got 43 RBIs despite hitting .211 with runners in scoring position.
You're talking about a team where Bellinger's got 68, Muncy's got 58. He's the next one in the lineup. 43.
On a 2-1 pitch, loads up, sends a high fly ball to left field. Just missed this one. David Peralta squeezes it for the first out. Take a look at the defense for the Diamondbacks, brought to you by Keck Medicine of USC. Marte in center and Dyson in right. On the left side of the infield, Jake Lamb and Nick Ahmed. Eduardo Escobar starts at second. Christian Walker is in there at first, and Carson Kelly catches Merrill Kelly. 1-0 game on the Bellinger home run, and here's Matt Beatty. With a 1-for-4 night last night, has boosted his average to .375 at Dodger Stadium. Started him with a breaking ball, and it's 0-1. With Corey Seager and A.J. Pollock and David Freese all due back within the next week and a half or so. These guys that have been so vital, like Matt Beatty, Kyle Garlick, more recently Edwin Rios, good chance that their days are numbered in the majors, at least in this call-up. And in the case of Beatty, that feels like a tough one, doesn't it? This guy has done everything they've asked, especially if you're going to pick one of them out of the group, and they've all done great things. Matt Beatty has been a really important piece.
All of them have filled in very well, but you know, if you're on the roster and you're young and the veterans are getting healthy, that you could be a candidate. I think Matt should feel the most comfortable with what he's done.
Ground ball, weakly hit at second. Escobar twirls and goes to second, one, not in time at first. Beatty aboard on the fielder's choice. Two gone for Barnes.
After the All-Star break, the Dodgers should be pretty healthy by then, and that's when you'll probably start to see a lot of the roster moves. You might see them before, of course, but it'll settle in as they make the moves after the All-Star game.
Good chance we see David Freese as early as this weekend. Dave Roberts left the door open for Corey Seager coming back before the second half, and you know that's something Corey will be pushing for, knowing his personality. But it sounds like most likely Seager and Pollock to return start of the second half in Boston.
Well, the Dodgers win tonight, they will be a season high 30 games over 500, and that kind of padding helps them let people get a little healthier than I'm just healthy enough. They've always put an extra 2 or 3 days on when they feel like the guy's ready. They push it back a little bit just to make sure. A little different last year when they were sitting in second place.
Check swing, he went around, it's 0-2. Yeah, they had the lead by the All-Star break, but it was by a half game. Right now they lead by 13 games. The largest lead the Dodgers have ever had at the break is 11.5 in their first World Championship season in 1955. That's the only year that they've had a double-digit lead even, and it's at 13 right now.
So it's logical that they're on a pace to break the franchise record for wins right now at 108. I don't see this team slowing down. Getting healthy, the veterans coming back, the ability to rest people through different streaks. Justin Turner down again tonight.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, they've gone through this run far from full strength. Dave Roberts mentioning Rich Hill today still hasn't picked up a baseball. That one doesn't sound nearly as promising as the immediate returns from the position players. Could be before, or could be September before Rich really gets going again. Barnes smacks one on the ground that'll sneak through for a 2-out hit. Beatty hangs on at second, first and second with 2 away.
Nice to turn the lineup over, but real nice for Austin Barnes to find a hole. Looking for some statistics and some confidence. Picks on a breaking ball and hits it right back up the middle of the cage if you were working on your swing in practice.
That's back-to-back nights with a hit for Barnes after the 0 for 17 slide. 2 on, 2 out for Walker Buehler. Walker needs to get on the same page as the rest of these pitchers who rake.
Ross Stripling dropped back into the rotation with the Rich Hill injury. Comes up with 2 knocks last night. Sitting next to Rich Hill saying, I'm the one that rakes now.
Ross rakes.
We'll cross up right there.
Kelly on Kelly crime.
No meeting, but a cross up. Not one of Kelly's pitches really stands out as the ultimate pitch for him, but the combination of the changeup and the cutter seem to be the out pitches. Getting ahead with the fastball. Seems to finish a lot of guys with the changeup and the curveball.
Thirty-year-old rookie Merrill Kelly brings 2-1 to Walker Buehler. Foul tip, 2-2.
He went over to Korea because he got passed through on the Rule 5 draft, and like, here I am in AA, Rule 5 draft, nobody takes me, so I better try and go earn some money. So earn some money over in Korea. Salaries over there for a AA or AAA player a little bit higher than here. You're not making big league money, but you're making some money that could change your life if you think you're not going to make it to the big leagues. Went over there and got a lot stronger. Actually had an increase in velocity as he kind of reconfigured his body and did a lot of lifting and pitching.
And learning. Said he kind of became his own pitching coach while in the KBO. Runners a move with his 3-2 pitch. And Walker Buehler lashes a base hit to left field. It gets on Peralta in a hurry, but with the runners moving on the pitch, it's an RBI single for Buehler. Barnes safe at second. Dodgers 2, Diamondbacks nothing.
Walker Buehler is going to be a different kind of pitcher, the elite stuff, but he's going to be a different kind of pitcher as far as his complete game because he's a great athlete. And you can see in this swing right here, double tap with the front toe, short to the ball, line drive. I think you're going to see him do a lot of special things away from the mound as much as on the mound.
It's just simply pitchers who rake.
It's a new t-shirt coming up.
Get them printing. They move fast with those things. So Jock Peterson gets his second at bat over the first 2 innings of this game, having fly to center his first time. Strike 1.
Always nice to get 2 runs early and know you've got a pitcher's ump behind the plate. Runs become a little bit more valuable when the umpire behind the plate is a little wider than normal.
Merrill Kelly's probably thinking, where was that wide strike on 2-2 to Walker Buehler? Probably thinks he should be out of this inning at this point. Instead, brings an 0-1 to Peterson. That's hit off the hands and strike 2.
Became his own pitching coach over there in Korea. And you know, you go over there, I would think, because there's not another level, you're at the big leagues of Korea and you're not leaving. You're not looking to perform and get called up or be disappointed that you haven't gotten called up. So maybe the mindset goes a little bit more towards learning and getting better. And as you get better, you just relax and do it.
After struggling in the Tampa Bay minor league system, he struggled at first in Korea for becoming one of their top pitchers. It's inside to Peterson, and it's 1-2. But at first, new country with a new culture and the new language, new ball, different schedule. His now wife was across the globe. Once he got comfortable, he took off and became a guy the Diamondbacks wanted to sign to a big league deal. That's low, and it's 2-2. Culmination of the whole thing was in the Korean series, which is their version of the World Series. In the clinching game, he threw 5 no-hit innings.
The Diamondbacks had saw enough, and a 2-year deal with an option in the Diamondbacks court, but the 2-year deal is worth around $5 million. So if he performs, he's a real bargain. And somebody that they really see as, you know, a 4-5, but a guy who's kind of settled the rotation because he's very good at kind of going deep into games. He can get you your 5 to 7 innings pretty solidly and stay out there even if he's getting rocked a little bit.
And not much of an injury history. Some miles on there, but he's made all 17 starts this year. And pitching for his hometown club. He's from Scottsdale. A 2-2 to Peterson is taken low, and the count goes full. Still has his dad living in Phoenix. His brother lives in Phoenix. His mom is relocated to Seattle, but it's a much easier trip for her to the National League West than to head over to Korea to watch him. Well, the look on his face hasn't changed at all as he's dealt with a rough second inning. Barnes a move from second, Buehler from first. There they go. Here it comes. Peterson with a base hit to right center field to bring home another. Stringing it together with 2 gone, and they lead it 3-0.
The last 3-2 pitch to a power hitter was a home run to center field. Jock Peterson doesn't do that, but he does get a 2-out RBI. Break the spirit of a pitcher. Help the spirit of your starting pitcher that's on the bases, cruising over to third on that base hit as Jock gets a fist bump from George Lumbar and smiles all around.
So doing it with 2 outs and doing it with 2 strikes. 4 of the 5 hits they've gotten against Kelly have come with 2 strikes. And after a 7-pitch first, next one will be the 33rd here in the second.
A lot of these hits that we've seen from Bellinger's home run all the way through Buehler and now Jock Peterson, they've been kind of thigh high, slightly up. Pitches are up. You've got to either pitch down by the knees, slightly below the knees, or you got to pitch up around the shoulders or letters. Missing in the middle right now.
So first and third, 2 gone, and here's Verdugo. A 3-0 lead in the second. Alex takes a breaking ball for a strike. Other than 2. You said Walker Buehler, elite pitcher, turning into a good hitter. Base running, not his biggest strength yet.
He needs a few more reps at that. Who called for that replay?
0-2 is low, and it's 1-2 on Verdugo.
A lot of damage in 2-strike counts as we take a look at Walker Buehler, who has benefited from the 2-strike hits the Dodgers have had, 4 of 5, including his. You know, Ebo giving him a smile. Justin Turner has been not playing the last few days, but definitely been ragging on Buehler over there at third base.
Barely gets one of the seams and stays alive at 1-2.
And 4 of the 5 hits with 2 strikes, 4 of the 5 hits on off-speed pitches. Kelly having trouble finding something to finish the Dodger hitters off with. 2 on changeups, 2 on curveballs with 2 strikes.
Two on, 2 out, 1-2. Flex behind third. And caught by Ahmed. But the Dodgers get 3. Couple 2-out hits after Bellinger's leadoff home run, 28th of the season. And after 2, the Dodgers lead at 3-0.
Few players have been better than Cody Bellinger this season. This Saturday, July 6th, the first 40,000 fans at the Dodgers matchup with the Padres will receive his jersey, courtesy of 76. For more information, visit Dodgers.com/promotion.
It's going to be a hot ticket. They've all been hot tickets lately. You combine the wonderful weather we've had the last few days with the Dodgers almost unbeatable in this ballpark. It was a sellout last night, more than 52,000 on a random Tuesday.
Dodgers with the only home attendance over 2 million, and you think, oh, well, maybe they've had more home dates. No, they lead in average attendance here. You never know what you're going to see here at Dodger Stadium, but it is going to be exciting.
And it is going to be loud. That 9th inning rally last night, part of the reason he fell for Greg Holland was the roar of the crowd, the waterfall of sound just running over him with that sellout crowd. Spieler delivers strike 1 to Carson Kelly. And when I say feel for him, don't stop, Dodger fans.
No,
that's the human side. You say you feel for him, but amazing.
When you're on the pitcher's mound and that noise is coming from everywhere, it's beating off your chest. It's an added ingredient to performing well or performing poorly. When you know they're for you, it gets you pumped up, and when you know it's against you, it's one more thing other than a borderline call going against you.
And every big league stadium is big and grand and majestic, but there's something different about the wall of seats in the grandstand at Dodger Stadium that I've got to imagine in a moment like that, as a visiting pitcher, can become overwhelming.
It seemed to with Holland. I think he was shaken a little bit, shaken up by the fact that he couldn't deliver strikes, and shaken up by the fact that it just got louder and louder with every ball.
Here comes the 1-2.
You could just see the glove almost shaking when he would come set. And that is not normal for closers. I don't think he is wired that tight. I think the moment was starting to get to him a little bit.
Got him to chase a sharp slider, 1 gone. So 4 Ks for Walker Buehler, 1 away in the 3rd, and Merrill Kelly to the plate.
No Ks for the Dodgers. Kelly having trouble putting them away. Walker already to 4 and only faced 8 hitters. And you got to believe that you got a pretty good chance right here to get one more facing the pitcher.
Man, that fastball command. I know there have been a couple that have taken off on him arm side, but glove side down and away. Holy cow. And he is in a hurry. Breaks it off to the outside corner. Back-to-back Ks, 2 gone.
5 strikeouts and 9 hitters, no walks, a ground ball hit. He is on his game.
Second time through, here's Dyson. Strike one to the top of the zone. Maybe the quickest we've seen him work.
That's fine with me.
Me too.
Just pound that strike zone. Let's go.
Dyson shows bunt, takes it low.
Ross Stripling, Joe Kelly gave Dyson a full arsenal of breaking balls, but Walker Buehler would say, oh, you're a good fastball hitter. Not my fastball.
On a 2-1, Dyson watches it catch the corner, 2-2. Dribbled right side, and with Dyson's speed, it won't be easy. He's got an infield hit.
It's one of those plays that as Jock gets more reps at first, he might decide to go to the bag. If he fields that ball with Dyson's speed, there's no way you get an out. Once he leaves that angle and has to leave the first base area, Kike's not going to get it. The only guy who's going to cover first base and possibly get him out is Jock covers first, Buehler gets the ball, or if Kike is shallow enough, can come in and make a one-handed play, but there's no way Jock gets that and gets Dyson.
And in talking with some of the guys that have played multiple spots across the infield, they say you can take all the practice you want at first base, but it's hard to duplicate a lot of what happens in the game. Different than if you're playing second base or short or third. You can take ground balls all day and you're going to be ready for just about anything you see in the game. But it's hard to mimic things like that until you get into an actual game situation at first base.
Well, think about the outfield. No matter where the ball's hit, you're going to run towards it. That doesn't happen in the infield. There are multiple responsibilities depending on, is it left or right of me? Is it at me? Is it behind me? Is it hit hard? Is it hit soft? Where are the runners? Is there a force at second? Is there only an out at first? You have a lot of different things that you have to react to. And it takes a while to become a natural, like, nice clock about the game.
Buehler to Ketel Marte after a toss over. Butane. Two and one. If he could just gain a little confidence.
Yeah, I don't know if he ordered it or the glove company just sent it that way, and he goes, yeah, that'll work. Yeah.
Two and two. There's a story about Brian Dozier coming over at the trade deadline last year, and before he played behind Walker Buehler, just getting to know the rookie a little bit, and he asked him So what do you like? Who do you compare yourself to, kind of? And without hesitation, Walker said it quite a bit like Justin Verlander. You know, he's like 20 starts into his major league career at that point. Yet to have those big moments like we saw in 163 and in the postseason. That is ripped to right and a base hit for Marte. Bellinger over to cut it off. He'll hold Marte to his single. Dyson goes to third.
It's time for him to do his best Verlander impersonation here. It was a curveball and it was a good piece of hitting. A little bleeder and a line drive, and you got a little 2-out action for the Diamondbacks.
And to be fair to Walker, Dozier said that after playing a couple games behind him, he said, you know what? He wasn't lying.
I get it.
One of the top RBI men in the National League in recent years, David Peralta. Strike one. Took strike three, caught his first time. Last night he had a 3-hit game. Dodgers 3, Diamondbacks nothing. Top of the third. With Dyson at third and Marte at first. Buehler misses down and in. Nice pick by Barnes. 1-1.
One hit hard, one hit soft, but both hits this inning on 2-strike curveballs.
That's lifted to left. Into the corner to be Matt Beatty. That ball drifted pretty deep. Onto the warning track. He's got it, inning over. Love this shot from the very top of Dodger Stadium. 3-0 LA in front to the bottom of the third. David Peralta made the last out of the last inning and leaves the game. Tim Locastro replaces him in left. And so the Diamondbacks without their 3-hitter moving forward as they try to come from behind in this one. The Dodgers try to add on. 3-0 as Taylor leads off. Take strike one from Merrill Kelly. He's coming off an inning where he threw 37 pitches, the most in his major league career. Back-to-back pitches to the corner, 0-2. Breaking ball smashed by Ahmed for a leadoff hit. Chris Taylor stays scalding hot. Up comes Cody Bellinger, who homered his first time up. Here it is on StatCast AI, powered by AWS. Out of his 28 home runs this season, this one the longest at 435 feet.
He supplied the power. It was an 88-mile-an-hour changeup that he turned around.
We talked about the historic nature of that home run. He joins Gil Hodges in 51, Duke Snider in 55 for the most home runs in Dodger history before the break. This one's popped straight back and strike one. And of course you can toy with that how you want. Seasons beginning earlier, breaks coming earlier or later. So this is by no means the end-all be-all, but it is another spot that's fun to look at Cody Bellinger historically. On an 0-1. Bellinger hits another high fly ball to right center field, and he just got under this one. But a fraction of an inch lower, and we might have had a new longest home run of the year for him.
It seems like every at bat, he either just misses it, hits it super hard, but somebody finds it, or he gets that routine base hit, double, home run.
Routine home run. Yeah. One on, one out. And here's Muncy. Max, who singled his first time, takes ball one. It, for Max, was a rare hit against Arizona this year. They pitched him really tough. He's now 5 for 37 against the Diamondbacks. First time he's seen Merrill Kelly. Big rip at a nice breaking ball, and it's 1-1. Two and one.
From one at bat to another, you just have confidence in Max Muncy. His approach, the way he gets in the box, the way he looks out there, he never looks in a rush. Never looks overwhelmed.
He's got Taylor at first with one gone, and on a 2-1 from Kelly, takes it down the middle for a strike. Rare is the fastball center cut that Max Muncy watches.
Kelly's had trouble getting balls by people, especially with two strikes. He's thrown 17 two-strike pitches tonight. 5 have ended up for hits, and he has no Ks. And going against a guy like Max Muncy, that's not a good equation.
On a 2-2, Muncy reaches out and protects the outside corner. On an off-speed pitch, which he sees more than anybody in the Dodger lineup.
He took a fastball down the middle. He took a huge cut earlier in the count at a curveball. Spoiled that curveball. It's almost like he's sitting soft.
See what he gets on another 2-2. Back to the fastball, and he pulled it weakly to second. Out at second, late at first.
Hard stuff with a little movement got in on him. It almost turned into a double play.
Was his foot definitely on the bag when he caught that throw?
It was interesting. It was one of those borderline ones, but I think it was. If he's dragging it along the back of the base.
Neighborhood plays dead.
It sure is. You know, Bob Guerin wanted to see a look at it.
Yeah.
He got it.
Hernandez with 2 gone. Ball 1. Flied out his first time. And the home run that he hit last night was his 5th against Arizona this year. Kike Hernandez is to the Diamondbacks, but Nick Ahmed is to the Dodgers this year. Kelly coming inside with a 1-0. It drops to the bottom of the zone for a strike, 1-1. Maybe the biggest zone we've seen this year.
Especially on the bottom of the strike zone.
2-1. Here's that home run last night on our Carl's cam.
Cleared the front side just in time to get that barrel through. Deposited in the Dodger bullpen. Well, you are really developing a reputation when you are checking on Max Muncy with 2 strikes and 2 outs that he might be stealing.
What's that reputation? Are you faster than you look?
You've lost weight, you're off dairy, and you might be able to fly.
Scouting report on his diet is out. Coming inside again, and a swing and a miss, 2-2. Fourth fastest Dodger.
I know, and it really is deceiving speed.
Bellinger, Taylor, Pollock, Muncy.
Third active fastest Dodger.
On a 2-2, Hernandez watches this one drop low. And the count goes full, and so Muncy will be able to get a head start using that speed. Beatty on deck.
With the strike zone as low as it's been, that's one where your heart drops a little bit as it crosses over the plate.
Three-two. Pulled sharply to short. Ahmed's got it. And that's that for the Dodgers in the third.
3-0 Dodgers, top of the 4th inning on Justin Turner bobblehead night. And Jock Peterson was one of the 9 finalists as far as the outfield was concerned for the All-Star game. Did not make the starters election like his teammate Cody Bellinger did, but it was just announced that Jock Peterson will in fact be heading to Cleveland because Jock Peterson has decided that he will participate in the home run derby on Monday, guys. So while not playing in the game on Tuesday, he'll still be able to join in those festivities on Monday. Already 20 home runs this season.
All right, Alana will be his second stint in the home run derby. Did it as a rookie. 3-0 game in the 4th. Heart of the order. Eduardo Escobar waits on a breaking ball. Chris Taylor can't get it, and it sneaks its way through.
I think Chris would tell you that he should have at least stopped this ball. It kind of scoots under his glove, just a little wide. That play right there, as much as you have to range to your left, you're thinking about not only catching it, but how am I going to get to my feet quick enough to throw him out?
So the leadoff man on, and Christian Walker looks at a fastball strike. Walker, the 28-year-old, who's getting his first real major league opportunity this year. Couple former College World Series stars going at it here. Buehler against Walker. Former SEC stars. Walker played at South Carolina, won 2 College World Series titles. Fouls it off, and it's 0-2. Leaves that one up. And one of those trips to the College World Series for Christian Walker, and this is a guy who has always been known for his toughness. He got hit by a pitch one night, broke his hand. Doctors told him there was no way he could get back, no way he could swing a bat. Well, he said, watch me. Taped it up heavily, black and blue and swollen, heavily taped, tried anyways, and in the championship clinching game, 3 hits. Legendary stuff from Christian Walker.
The whole team was banged up that year. They had a few guys that were really hurt and kept playing. But not at that level.
Yeah.
Not a hitter with a broken hand.
Here's the 2-2. Fastball lifted to center field and deep. Verdugo, track wall, gone. Christian Walker takes Walker Buehler deep for the second time in as many games against him over the last month. And the Diamondbacks within one in the fourth.
Walker had been beating Walker with high fastballs. This one was a little bit lower and down the middle. He was trying to go low and away to change his eye line with the other ones that he'd been throwing up around his letters. Down the middle and a speed he was used to, and he didn't miss it.
So his second against Buehler, his fifth against the Dodgers out of his 15 this year. And now a strike on Jake Lamb. That's foul, and it's 0-2. Everybody's okay down in that first row there. Lamb flied out his first time and is 2 for 13 since coming back from the injured list last week. Missed most of the first 2.5 months with a quad injury. A little bit low and in, ball one. This is a guy who, man, he was one of the best hitters in the National League for a span of about a year. All-star, back-to-back 28 home run years. But then the injury bug. Missed 100 games last year because of a shoulder injury, which he hurt in the fourth game of the year against the Dodgers, if you recall, last year at Chase Field, diving, trying to make a play at third. Attempted rehab attempts a couple times, but didn't work, and so had surgery in early August that ended the season. Chase is up, one gone.
This is where you want the fastball when you get ahead. You know, a little bit too low or a little bit too high. Hitter's pretty much got to start the bat and respect the fastball. If it ends up that high, you're going to get him.
His sixth of the game, and here's Ahmed. Man, Nick Ahmed cannot be happy. There were a couple pitches out there in his first at-bat that he didn't like.
You might as well just stay out there if you're going to get that much. That's a nice property line. I thought I bought a block off the beach, but I guess I've got waterfront.
Neighbors aren't happy. Stays out there, and Ahmed hacks it foul.
The problem with staying out there is he's coming into the strike zone. He's supposed to walk him off the plate. I'd love to see him throw a cutter or a slider that starts looking like that fastball away and then just walks him away. I don't see how Ahmed would take it.
Yanked over short, base hit left center.
He threw the right pitch, had the right intention, just made a mistake with it. And so when it becomes a strike and it's a slider or a cutter, it's just a less velocity fastball that Ahmed can get to. They're trying to go low and away to get him to chase, but you see how the ball come out a little early, kind of flattens out and ends up down the middle.
Sixth hit against Buehler tonight. And now Carson Kelly, strike one. Diamondbacks doing kind of the same thing Dodgers are doing. That is succeeding with 2 strikes. 4 of the 6 hits have been with 2 strikes. That's a bouncer to short. Taylor goes to second, and they get the lead runner. Ball comes out in the transfer.
Nice play and nice decision by Chris Taylor. He could have easily just taken the routine out at first and let the runner be in scoring position, but he took the riskier play, made a nice 1-out play.
Here's the pitcher, Kelly. And we're talking about Diamondbacks having some success with 2 strikes. That was one of the issues for Buehler against Colorado. Rockies were 7 for 12 when he got to 2 strikes. Look what he held opponents to in the previous 4 starts. He got to 2 strikes. They were 3 for 66. He's at 2 strikes here, and we'll try to put Kelly away.
Well, you see today when he goes to an off-speed pitch, it's really not the curveball. It's more the slider and the cutter. So that's not a lot of speed off, which makes you need to be a little extra accurate. And he lands that curveball. Well, that is a tough equation when you're going down in velocity over 10 miles an hour against him.
Swatted to second, Hernandez. Ending the 4th, but the Diamondbacks on the board with a 2-run home run from Christian Walker. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry into a Southern California BMW center today for exceptional offers, or visit SoCalBMW.com for details. And by Jack in the Box. Try Jack's $4.99 barbecue bacon double cheeseburger combo. Only at participating Jack in the Box restaurants.
Dodger fans, Los Angeles baseball's here and on MLB.tv. Watch selected games live on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply for regular season games. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Bottom of the Dodge order coming up against 30-year-old Merrill Kelly here in the bottom of the 4th. So 4 years in the KBO for Kelly, and fully intended to keep pitching there. Actually, it wasn't like he was trying to rush back to the United States, trying to rush back to the big leagues. You mentioned was making a pretty good salary there. Didn't have much of a reason to think he could come to the big leagues and suddenly make money. And so he intended to keep going before a complicated ordeal involving taxes. First pitch to Matt Beatty is in there for a strike. And apparently other foreign players have dealt with this in the KBO. But midway through last season, he got a bill for $180,000 in back taxes from the Korean government. And without getting too into the weeds on the details on this, I'm not trying to play CPA. It makes my head spin, but sounds like that these players were misled in their contracts about what they owed. And many of the foreign players had these bills show up. And for Kelly, it was basically, instead of building on his career that he had going there, which was really good, he had turned into one of the top pitchers. It became such a fiasco that he just had to get out. It hasn't disclosed how it all finished, if it was paid off, if they came to a settlement. He just knew he couldn't go back. And so before he got the deal with the Diamondbacks, he had the decision that he wasn't going back to Korea. On a 2-1 to Beatty. That is muscled up the middle and caught by Ahmed.
That would be a shock, because you make the choice to go over there, yes, to get better and maybe become a big leaguer and get an opportunity to come back to the States. But You go over there because it feels like you're going to be able to change your life and your family's life. If you don't make it to the big leagues, you can make significant money over there. So, yeah, a bill like that would shock you.
Mm-hmm. Barnes Singleton scored his first time and fouls this one back. Pretty good landing spot, though, for him to go from saying, I just got to get out of Korea, got to get out of the KBO, to that 2-year contract with an option for his hometown team. Other than 2. Barnes gets his hands in and floats one to left field. Timo Castro, earlier replaced David Peralta, makes the catch. Yeah, with the bases empty and 2 gone, it's Buehler. With his RBI single his first time, Dodger pitchers are 5 for their last 6.
Told you they were deep with talent. Pitchers are even hitting at a significant clip. They take it very seriously. They might have averages that don't sparkle, but when it comes to pitchers' BP, that is long before the regulars come out. They go into their bunting drills and then they get the hack and they love it and they compete. To the point that when we were in Colorado and the Dodgers canceled their on-the-field hitting, the pitchers came out and wanted to hit in Colorado. Walker Buehler went oppo in BP at Colorado. Maybe that was a significant jolt to his confidence for the next start. I wouldn't want to go oppo in Colorado and then have to pitch the next day.
I don't think he even hit it well either.
No, it was like a pop-up.
Kelly to Buehler, 1-2. Yeah, and he struck him out. A 1-2, 3/4, a 3-2 game to the 5th.
Walker Buehler here with a 3-2 lead in the top of the 5th inning. Already 6 punch-outs on the evening so far. His last start in Colorado, not the best, but the last time he pitched here against the Colorado Rockies was incredible. Time now for the T-Mobile connection to the game. Walker Buehler, a career high that night with 16 punch-outs. As far as the most strikeouts in a single game, as far as Dodgers are concerned, you can see the company that Walker Buehler is now in. Sandy Koufax, the Hall of Famer, doing it twice, 1955 and 1962, with 18 punch-outs. Ramon Martinez, Deo Nomo, Dazzy Vance on the list as well. Walker Buehler off to a tremendous start of this young career, guys.
All right, Alana. Dazzy Vance, Hall of Famer, who debuted in Brooklyn as a 31-year-old. He pitched a handful of games for different organizations before that in his early 20s, but he spent most of his 20s dealing with nagging arm pain, most of that time in the minors. And then there was this crazy injury that happened when Dazzy Vance was 29 years old, playing poker with some of those minor league teammates. Top of the order for the Diamondbacks, Gerard Dyson fouls the first pitch Buehler throws, and it's 0-1. So he banged his arm on the end of the table, apparently, kind of arrogantly sliding the pot in after winning. And yeah, it forced him to go to the doctor, and they found some issues in there. Pain was so bad that it was worse than anything he'd felt pitching. So he must have really banged his arm on the table. And they fixed whatever the underlying problem had been in his throwing arm. He said he woke up one morning and learned that he could throw again with no pain. That is just foul in 1-2. And so he signed with the Brooklyn Robins the next year and spent 12 years with them. Led the National League in strikeouts 7 consecutive seasons and pitched until his mid-40s, won almost 200 games. Dazzy Vance. His real name was Arthur. Started calling him Dazzy in the minors for his dazzling fastball. And Buehler was right on his heels the last time he pitched here with those 16 Ks.
How many people believe that story, that he really got hurt in a poker game?
Sounds like a classic 1920s baseball story, doesn't it?
Yeah. The old poker injury got him. Can you imagine if a player came to spring training or in between starts and came to the ball club and said, I got hurt, my arm is killing me. How'd you get hurt? It's this poker game and I was raking in a big pot. God, I got excited about it, hit my hands against the table, my elbow hit right in the right spot. I'm down, man. I am down. No way.
Behind the bag, it's Taylor. Now, again, to be fair, Dazzy Vance's arm problems came from pitching, but the surgery that came from banging his arm on the table, swiping in the pot, breaking in the pot, that's where they fixed it.
You don't have to protect Dazzy Vance to me. I believe all your stories. I believe the research is accurate.
I'm just standing up for Dazzy. Last time I'll do that.
No. I would continue to tell that story.
Here's Ketel Marte. Dazzy not around to defend himself anymore, so I feel like I'm carrying that. Goes after the first pitch, and it gets by Hernandez. They continue to be very aggressive against Buehler. Marte's got his second hit.
Walker only throws about 1 every 10 pitches, non-fastballs on the first pitch. So if you're going to decide you want to go up there and swing, you're going to sit on fastball, and you might hit it like that.
First time up there for Tim Locastro. Replaced David Peralta after Peralta's fly out in the third. And fouls the first pitch off. That's a big loss for Arizona. Peralta, one of the linchpins of that lineup, pitched third every day and had a 3-hit night last night. To right, and Bellinger. And now Escobar, who has singled both times tonight, hitting close to 500 during a 10-game on-base streak.
Watch out on the first pitch fastball. You're now to a point where they've seen you. They know you're wanting to establish it. You have. They're going to be sitting on it. Like you went with a two-seamer, a little more movement there. Still went the fastball, but put a little tail on it.
That's in there, 1-1.
He's thrown about 75% fastballs tonight. That kind of ratio makes hitters go, you know what? I'll just tip my hat if he throws something else. Didn't get the width that he has been enjoying. You're going to look in there and ask him.
Up or off, he asked.
Both. Mostly off.
Here comes with the 2-1. And he lands a breaking ball. That's the thing. If they're going to just watch the non-fastballs, you got to land them.
I like it when he becomes unpredictable. I think establishing the fastball is a great way to be, but then after the second or third time around the order, I think it's time to trick them a little bit, at least here and there, and put it in the back of their head, because it's going to give you more room for error with the fastball, and you might get a lot of benefit and get some strikeouts and easy outs with the breaking ball.
Here he comes with a 2-2, and Escobar lofts it foul.
You see that swing there? A two-strike swing? That is a full-out swing. That is not 2 strikes protect. That's, I want to put the Diamondbacks up by 1. If you can feel it in your hand right here, I think you can spin them like a top with a bounce breaking ball that stays on the plate. Not a back footer. One that is on the plate and drops right on it.
Sticking with the fastball, and they get him swinging. He has the highest swing and miss rate in the majors on fastballs up. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Get great deals on the all-new Toyota RAV4 Hybrid Electric during Toyota's Summer Savings event. Back at Dodgers Stadium, Dodgers trying to get their 31st win out of their last 36 games here. Top of the order against Merrill Kelly. Jock Peterson takes one. It was a few inches off of the plate, but a strike, and that's been consistent with a zone from Vic Carapazza tonight. Very pitcher friendly. Buehler's exploited that to the tune of 7 Ks. Kelly just 1. Peterson hits a fly ball to right field for Dyson.
Kelly got a little shot in the arm with him. Walker hit the home run for him, and he's only down by 1. This is the thing the Diamondbacks have really loved about him. He just can eat innings. He doesn't give up. He keeps grinding away, and he'll give you some really good outings, but in the bad ones, he's not a guy that's going to melt down. That's the perfect number 5 in a rotation.
Yeah, just watching his facial expressions tonight, or maybe better put, just watching his facial expression tonight, been impressive. It's not changed.
Yeah, very workmanlike effort.
Verdugo slices a fly ball to left field that sends Timlo Castro to the edge of the warning track. 2 up and 2 down.
The guys are used to the ball carrying a little better here at Dodger Stadium, but tonight we kind of had that warmer day, but the typical drop 10 to 15 degrees after the sun sets. Only 70 degrees right now, and well, not really carrying.
Sure is a perfect night, isn't it?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Gosh.
Great pitcher's strike zone. It's a little cooler. The ball not carrying. It's a great night here
To be a pitcher.
Exactly.
Yeah. And to be a fan, it is very comfortable. 2 up and 2 down as Kelly's retired 7 in a row, and that is ball 1 on Chris Taylor. The Dodgers, since Jock Peterson's RBI hit in that 3-run second inning, 1 for their last 10. On a 1-0 pitch, Taylor lifts it off the end of the bat to right center field, and 3 flyouts in short order in the 5th. Dodgers with 3 in the second. Diamondbacks with 2 in the 4th on the Christian Walker home run. And here we are in a 3-2 game in the 6th. Joe Orlandalana and Walker Buehler back to work facing Christian Walker. Fastball popped up. Jock Peterson dances under it, makes the catch. 1 gone here in the 6th. Then we welcome inside the broadcast booth Joe Davis and Al Hershiser. Overall tonight, what have you thought of Walker Buehler?
Been aggressive with the fastball. That was 1 more first pitch fastball. 23 hitters, 23 first pitch fastballs. But you know what? They haven't caught up enough. He's still ahead.
2 runs on 7 hits. It's incredible that he can have that overwhelming stuff and still give up 7 hits.
Yeah, you know what? I watched the stuff and I watched the pitch execution. I think it's at a very high level, but there are some parts of the game where you really think that he could get either some more strikeouts or some more weakly hit balls. And I think he continues to evaluate how he wants to attack hitters and finish them off. And he will learn again from this outing.
Jake Lamb on a bounce off of the hands. Muncy, 2 up and 2 down.
His ability has raised the bar so high for him that it is kind of a shock when he has more than a hit per inning pitched and less than a strikeout per inning pitched. He's right there with the strikeouts, but it does seem like with his stuff, it'd be a little bit easier.
Ahmed, who's 1 for 2. Strike 1. Oh, and 2. 23 of 25 first pitch strikes tonight.
Some would call it aggressive. Some would call it egotistical. Some would call it like, I'm just really good.
And that's really good too. His 8th strikeout of the night. Finishes off 0-1-2-3-6. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Test drive one today during the Jeep Spring Sales event. And by Spider-Man Far From Home, now playing. Well, the pitchers have been mulling through each lineup lately. The last 6 outs have been recorded on a total of 11 pitches. The teeth of the Dodger lineup coming up here in the 6th with Cody Bellinger to lead it off against Merrill Kelly. 28th home run of the year, his first time, and then just missed. Flied out to center, his second time up. Kelly's first one. A breaking ball low.
Always looking for a little bit of padding. 3-2 game. They've had Arizona's number most of the year. Dodgers with 7 wins. Arizona with only 4. What a hot streak the Dodgers are on here at home. With the last 35 home games, they've won 30 of them.
I mean, it's July, and they haven't lost 10 games at home. Total. 1-2.
Yep. Set on a roll of 7 in a row right now after they walked into that one last night.
A walk, 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 walk off. 0-1-2 pitch. Bellinger fouls it into the glove of Kelly. 1 gone.
Kelly has not backed down from the challenge, and you know what he lacks in a little bit of exceptional stuff in each individual pitch, he has found in location. He's made a lot of good pitches, hitting his spots.
One gone, 6th inning. Up comes Muncy. First pitch breaking ball, 0-1.
That's a completely different theory than Walker Buehler. First pitch breaking ball to Bellinger. First pitch breaking ball to Muncy. And he's also got about 5 mile an hour on him.
On this 1-1, Muncy watches it miss low, ball 2. You know, in a lot of ways, that 5 consecutive walks are always ridiculous, and you're probably never going to see it again to finish a game. It was a very 2019 Dodger way of winning a game with everything they preach offensively. That lands, and it's 2-2. From day one that Robert Van Scoyoc got the hitting coach job, him and Brant Brown, co-hitting coaches really, have preached waiting for your pitch, doing damage on your pitch. and not giving in, not chasing. Easier said than done, but it's become a philosophy that permeated throughout the lineup and that you see pretty much every night.
Scare them out of the strike zone by hitting your pitch, and then be disciplined enough to wait for them to come back in the strike zone after you've scared them out.
Another 2-2 and another foul.
About the biggest reaction you'll see from Max Muncy during an at-bat. If he happens to swing it one maybe a couple inches outside, or when he fouls back one, he should have toasted.
A little longer stroll than usual between pitches before he digs back in, and Kelly brings him another 2-2 pitch. That is a fair ball. Christian Walker feeding Merrill Kelly at the bag for the second out.
It's a double dose of fireworks this weekend when the Dodgers host the Padres. Come to Dodger Stadium when the Dodgers take on the Padres, featuring holiday fireworks presented by Budweiser tomorrow on July 4th, and Friday night fireworks presented by Denny's on July 5th. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Well, since Chris Taylor opened the game, or opened the third with a base hit, Merrill Kelly has retired 12 straight. Or 11 straight. With two gone, Hernandez takes the ball. High fly ball to left field and deep. LaCastro, track, wall, leaping catch. The former Dodger Tim LaCastro returns to Dodger Stadium and goes up the ladder to take this one away from Kike Hernandez.
Friday in an all-new Backstage Dodgers. Take a look back at my off-season trip to Dubai with Ross Stripling and Bob Guerin as we put on a baseball clinic at Dubai Little League and explored the world's tallest building. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers Friday after the postgame on Sportsnet LA.
Speaking of clinics, Walker Buehler is putting on a first pitch strike clinic. Gets another there. Flied out to center. Did Carson Kelly. And a pinch hitter comes up for Merrill Kelly, ending his night. It is the very powerful Kevin Cron. I could tell you that he's very powerful, or you could just look at the man and know.
A mound visit from Rick Honeycutt. This has become tradition with pinch hitters. And it's a pretty in-depth scouting report, Rick. I think a lot of Dodger fans know that he doesn't only just read the data, but he goes back and watches each individual pitch. So there is charting that goes on, but after the charting, he's got the chart in front of him, the data in front of him, but he's actually going back and looking at the shape of a curveball, the shape of a slider. Is it charted exactly right? And he comes with information that has been processed at another level.
Buehler at 93 pitches after that first pitch out. Pedro Baez warming. And Cron to the plate in a one-run game. And I know it's the Pacific Coast League and the ball flies like nowhere else, but Kevin Cron in 55 games there has 29 home runs. Swings and misses at a first pitch cutter, and it's 0-1. 23 games at the big league level. He's got 4 long balls.
So let's get this right. He threw his first breaking ball or slash cutter on the first pitch.
Wow.
And he comes back with a curveball. I'd say the report is he's a good fastball hitter.
They don't break like this in the PCL.
They don't break like that in Colorado. You needed that one there, but you're not going to get it.
Yeah, boy, he just carved him up. Cutter slash slider. Breaking ball to the inside corner. Cutter slash slider to get him swinging.
Everything had a bend in it. And this one, you had no shot.
2 feet off of the plate.
Need a longer bat.
A pole. Here's Dyson. Buehler trying to go 7 full innings. Strike 1. Again. To left, sending Beatty back. He'll turn and watch it bounce up into the first row for a double. So Arizona gets the tying run in scoring position with 2 gone here in the 7th.
The fastball just puts the barrel on it. Not a big swing. Let Walker Buehler supply the power.
And it's the All-Star Marte. Was 2 of Arizona's 8 hits tonight. A couple singles. Strike 1 to the bottom of the zone.
'17th start for Walker tonight. He's been at 99 pitches in 7 of them now. He knows it's probably his last inning, and he wants to leave the game with the Dodgers ahead. Give himself a chance for another W. First start since being named to the All-Star team. Wants to increase on that resume.
Home of the 1-1. That's ball 2. On a 2-1 pitch, Marte pulls it to the right side, base hit. Dyson, one of the fastest runners in the majors. Bellinger's thrown out in time, and the game is tied. 2-out RBI single for Ketel Marte after the 2-out double from Dyson, and we're tied at 3 in the 7th.
Fastball, he finds the hole. Got a round on that one. Hit a shot with Cody Bellinger, but the ball kind of leaks a little bit on him. That would have been an amazing throw if Cody throws him out at the plate. You would have heard the MVP chants even louder.
Instead, it's 3-3. Dave Roberts, it appears, leaving Buehler in for LeCastro. This is a big spot here. Normally occupied by David Peralta, but Peralta left the game with shoulder soreness after his second at bat. So it belongs to LeCastro, and it's 1-0.
Well, now it's about getting the dugout with a tie game and being the pitcher of record and letting your team get you another run. He's still out away from that.
Cut and a miss, 1-1. Hit it on 9 Ks. He's got 2 double-digit strikeout games so far this season. That 16 strikeout performance last time here, and against Arizona in early June when he struck out 11. Here comes his 1-1. Strike 2 on LeCastro. The 1-2 pitch. Pop up. Right side. Barnes or Peterson. Jock Peterson makes the catch and ends the inning. But Arizona ties it. Back-to-back 2-out hits. And we stretch 3-3.
Tied at 3 in the bottom of the 7th. If the Dodgers can pull this out, they will go 30 games above 500 for the first time this season, and they're about to get some reinforcements. Corey Seager, David Freese, and A.J. Pollock all facing live pitching today. Corey Seager was also running the bases, and Dave Roberts said although it's not likely, there is a possibility that Corey Seager is activated before the All-Star break. David Freese will be activated either Friday or Saturday before the break, and A.J. Pollock still plans on participating in some games during that break and should be activated right after the All-Star break, guys. So getting some reinforcements back. Rich Hill has been transferred to the 60-day DL, dealing with that left flexor strain. He is eligible to come off the IL on August 19th, but Dave Roberts said probably more likely September 1st.
With a goal being that he'll be around in October to contribute. Tied at 3, last of the 7th, into the Arizona bullpen, Matt Andriese. Last time he pitched Sunday afternoon against San Francisco, gave up 5 runs. First pitch to Matt Beatty is inside, ball 1. Andriese has pitched 6 1/3 innings against the Dodgers this year over 4 games and not given up a run. That's a strike, 1-1.
4 of his last 6 outings have been scoreless, but you talked about the really bad one in San Francisco. Dodgers haven't seen a real bad one. I'd like to deliver one here tonight.
Setting up for some more late magic.
Here we go.
The 4 consecutive walk-off wins. Hasn't happened in the National League since 1991 when the Phillies did it. Hasn't happened, period, since the Oakland days 15 years ago. Beatty started that string with a walk-off home run on the Friday night against Colorado last homestand. Dribbled along first and foul. And Justin Turner, who sat out last night's game with lingering soreness in that arm after getting hit by the pitch on Sunday, has batting helmet on and on one of the tablets, taking a look at perhaps some Matt Andriese data and footage.
That makes me feel a lot better right there, seeing him with his equipment on.
Beatty down, swinging, 1 gone.
There was no evidence of Justin Turner looking like he was going to be in a game last night. Kyle Garlick came up in a situation where we thought it would have been Justin's at bat, and he did not even move from the bench.
Barnes 1 for 2. Pitcher's spot due next, and Edwin Rios is in the on-deck circle. One on 1. Foul back. Barnes behind 1-2. I think I just saw my first firework of the Independence Day week. Off from the right field distance.
This is a time of the year that most pets do not like.
Well, that's a glass half empty way to look at fireworks.
Well, I just think about my dogs.
Barnes down swinging. Andriese with back-to-back Ks to open his outing. And up comes Rios. So that officially ends Walker Buehler's night. 7 innings, 9 hits, but 9 Ks.
It was a really good outing. I know he'll be disappointed that he didn't leave the game ahead, give the Dodgers a chance to just get a save in his outing, but not every outing is going to be perfect. It was a nice response coming off of that Colorado game.
His usual post-start spot next Clayton Kershaw. Rios pinch hitting, 3 for 12 in his first week in the majors. One ball, no strikes. Edwin said he's kind of lived his dream twice, making that major league debut in Denver and then debuting at Dodger Stadium last night. On a 1-0 pitch, takes it inside. He's ahead 2-0.
When you appear in a road game, it's not like an exhibition game, but it does feel like a little different out-of-body experience. But when it's a home game, that's a little different. I understand what he means by experiencing the dream twice.
Got that white jersey hanging in your home locker. 2-0. Chased a high fastball, 2-1. We're close to where we wanted it. Ball 3 on Rios. Jock Peterson due next.
I know one guy is hoping he opens up his swing right here and hits a home run. Walker Buehler would like to get on the positive side of the go from a no decision to a possible W. Sat in that seat and been frustrated about giving up the late run and then just pulling for your offense because that's all you have left to do.
On a 3-1 pitch, Rios takes it very high, ball 4. Pinch hit walk, and the inning kept alive for Jock Peterson.
Number 31, Jock Peterson.
A walk can be the beginning of something really exciting.
So I've heard.
In the last 24 hours.
Torey Lovullo looks like he's going to make a change. Andriese faces the bottom of the order, and Lovullo will go back into the bullpen in a 3-3 game in the 7th. Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Back here at Dodger Stadium. And with the left-handed batting Jock Peterson due up, Torey Lovullo goes to Andrew Chafin, and in a bigger surprise, it looks like Dave Roberts is going to keep Jock Peterson up to hit.
A 2-out man on first, give Jock a chance here and save the key bullet, which would be Justin Turner's bat. JT ready to go, but not being called on right here.
So Peterson, who is 4 for 27 against left-handed pitching this season, will bat against Chafin. In his career, he has 9 home runs against lefties. One of those is against Andrew Chafin. On the first pitch, Peterson takes a little bit up, ball 1.
Left-handed hitters like Jock get the fastball and the slider from Chafin. It's almost a 50-50 break. One or the other. This is where the noise level starts to go up with every little detail of the game. Even the boos on a pickoff get louder.
Peterson muscles one into left for a base hit. Hanging in against a lefty and pushing one to left field to put the go-ahead run into scoring position.
He did everything he could to get the full barrel on this ball and didn't make it. Just barely above the pine tar on his bat, I think. It might even have a little smudge mark on the ball.
Those are the ones where you like to say, "Get off me, ball."
Exactly.
Right?
He's smiling.
And so it brings Alex Verdugo to the plate. Alex, as you know, very good against left-handed pitching. 0 for 3 so far in this one. Chafin deals. Verdugo jumps out of the way. Ball one. On a 1-0 pitch, Verdugo tries to lay off but can't. A ball and a strike. In the dirt and gets away. Rios to third, Peterson to second. Here comes that noise.
Some stadiums, the anticipation and the hope creates silence. Here at Dodger Stadium in 2019, feeling like 2017.
Alex Verdugo, 2 gone in the 7th. Takes a strike. Nice pitch from Chafin, 2-2. Less likely to go to the slider, perhaps, for the man at third.
He might need to get Alex out. If he decides to go conservative and stay fastball, he could get hurt. But with the slider in the dirt, you're right, might shy him away from it.
2-2. Verdugo swings and misses. He did go to that, and it got Verdugo to end the inning.
On July 20th, join the Dodgers to honor Fernando Valenzuela as a legend of Dodger baseball. The first 40,000 fans in attendance for the 6:10 p.m. game will take home a Fernando bobblehead presented by San Manuel Casino. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Tied at 3, 8th inning, and a pitching change from Walker Buehler to Pedro Baez, brought to you by BioFreeze. Baez pitched last night as well and had a scoreless 7. Part of a really good night for the Dodger bullpen.
They have 4 1/3, only gave up 1 hit last night, set it up for the walk-off. They're starting to hit their stride. A lot of Dodger fans don't want to hear about their turnaround, but they actually are. It was a solid June for them, and they are getting better, and they're starting to shake through the pieces. Joe Kelly was part of that shutout of innings last night, and that's a very good sign.
Tough ask of Baez here with the heart of the order coming up. Escobar, Walker, and Lamb. Eduardo Escobar takes ball 1 high. Now the trade deadline, and again a hard deadline, just a few weeks away now. And this is an area that the Dodgers will look to address. And part of what's happening right now, though, is they're figuring out who they can trust and who perhaps they need to get somebody to take the place of. 2-0 on Escobar. Two and one.
There's always been a few surprises at the trade deadline, and then there's always been a few surprises on the postseason rosters.
Talking with the Dodgers in particular?
Yes, I think it has been, you know, every year. And we've had a great opportunity to watch them because they've been winning so much. It's a lot different to construct a roster for a 162-game season. It's another thing to construct it for a short series, and especially against a particular team. So those decisions, trade deadline decisions, come down to the wire, and so do postseason roster decisions go down to the wire.
2-2. Yeah, it's interesting because to tailor your moves to an individual team in the National League, the Dodgers are the team that the other teams are going to tailor their moves to. If you're the Dodgers, what National League teams are you tailoring your moves to?
Yeah, you've really got to cover all your bases and maybe look at particular teams that you think might push through. But you're talking about the class of the league when you're talking about the Los Angeles Dodgers, and it would seem like to get to the World Series, you're going to have to go through LA.
Baez gets Escobar.
Tough to slow down Pedro Baez's fastball, but the Morongo slow-mo cam can.
One gone, eighth inning. Here's Christian Walker. Yeah, it seems a lot of times those surprise moves at the deadline are the under the radar relievers where nobody had connected to the Dodgers as far as the rumor mill goes. Walker sends a high fly ball to left field, but no big deal for Matt Beatty. 2 up, 2 down. Eventually, the thing was in the air forever. Josh Fields and Tony Cingrani a couple years ago. Tony Watson was a bigger deal. Tony Watson, a guy that'll be on the block this year in San Francisco. There are a couple big arms out of that San Francisco bullpen, with Will Smith included. And we've surmised on the air before that maybe Farhan Zaidi would be willing to part with some pieces to the Dodgers in the efforts to weaken his rival moving forward. Because theoretically, he'd be trading a big league piece for a piece of the future. Who knows? It'll be fun to find out, though. 2 gone for Lamb, who swings through a fastball. Strike 1.
I don't think anybody would be surprised if the Dodgers trade for a left-handed pitcher, though, in a left-on-left situation to improve the bullpen. Scott Alexander gets both people out, but doesn't really have a dominant left-handed breaking ball. The guy right down there now, who might end up in the rotation, who knows, is Julio Urias. That is your #1 left-on-left situational guy as far as a left-hander. But you sure would like to have somebody with a wipe-out breaking ball.
One and 2 on Lamb. Pedro Baez, who we've seen throw the changeup more and more, has kind of gone old school here. 8 of the 9 pitches he's thrown have been heaters.
As much as he's been mixing his pitches and using the other 2 and having confidence, this doesn't bother me. This is strategic, not You know, scared to throw other stuff. He seems to get the heavy lifting out of the Dodger bullpen, meaning the high leverage against the meat of the order.
Two.
Spike the changeup right there. Tie game 3-2. You don't have to give in with a fastball right here. In some ways, you've got two hitters to get one out. You don't want to look back at a 3-2 pitch and think, I just shouldn't have just pulled the trigger just on the fastball. I should have put some other pitches in the equation.
9 of 11 have been fastballs. That's a changeup there on the right field line. Bellinger's over, and that's that for the Diamondbacks through a 1-2-3-8. It'll be Cody Bellinger coming up second in the 8th inning. Taylor, Bellinger, and Muncy in a 3-3 game. Game, bottom of the 8th. Joe, Orel, and Alana, another tight one. And another sellout, 53,327.
Another 400 on top of last night's sellout. A lot of standing room only.
On a Tuesday and a Wednesday night.
Just fantastic support. Awesome fans.
Andrew Chafin to Chris Taylor, who looks at a strike. They're getting treated to another tight game. This should be the 9th time out of the last 12. If it stays like this, 9th time out of the last 12 home games that it's been decided by 2 runs or 1. Taylor behind 0-2.
If you're the Diamondbacks, you got to feel like you're fighting the 10th man. So many magical things happening at Dodger Stadium this year. In some ways, you feel like it's too close for comfort if you're a Dodger fan. In other ways, if you're a Diamondback, you feel like, when is the magic going to happen again?
It's also started to get to that point like it was in 2017 where you almost knew they were going to find a way. It's kind of a question of who it was going to be on a given night. On a 1-2 to Taylor, he cracks a liner to third, caught by Lamb. Up comes Bellinger.
He'd be near the top of your list.
The payout in Vegas would not be that great.
No.
You put money on him being the guy. Hit his 28th home run to open the scoring for the Dodgers tonight. All 3 runs that they have came in the second. First one from Chafin is a breaking ball that he tried to hit to Pasadena, strike 1.
The beginning of the year, when he heard the MVP chants, he had to step out and kind of refocus. Now getting used to those chants, I'm sure he's able to just stay right in there and go, hey, come on, a little louder, a little louder. I'm not being distracted.
Those have kind of become the sounds of the summer when he's up to bat. Hotel California and then MVP. In an 0-2 hole here. Ball 1.
Got a lot of confidence in the slider. Got him out of the jam with Verdugo to chase. Got to believe he might go there right here against Cody. Wow. What an emergency hack. Cody in a posture and a stance to protect the outer half of the plate, and he just had to really shorten up to get a piece of that fastball in. They went complete opposite side of the plate than I thought and Cody thought.
Chafin to Bellinger, another 1-2. Did he go? He did. 2 gone.
It took some great pitches to get a great hitter out, and it's hard to cover them all. And when he threw that fastball in, it was almost the end of the at-bat.
Jock Peterson or Max Muncy. Jock Peterson, the first hitter that Chafin faced, got a base hit. 3 in a row retired since. Strike 1. Oh, and 2.
Chafin's on his game. He's got both lanes with the fastball. He's got a biting slider, and he's not missing his spots.
Boy, what an inning for Andrew Chafin through the heart of the Dodger lineup. 1-2-3. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your SoCal Land Rover retailers. Tie game, 9th inning. Dodgers trying to sweep this mini 2-game series and sending Kenley Jansen to the mound for the top of the 9th.
This is one of the few times that you'll use your closer in a tie game, when you're at home. And here, put the 0 up, and guess what that sets it up for if Kenley does his job.
Unbelievable.
Good luck, partner.
Oh,
you might have another walk-off if Kenley gets it done here.
Yeah, if the Dodgers are going to win this one, it's going to be a 5th consecutive walk-off win. Bottom of the order, Ahmed Kelly in the pitcher's spot. Swings at the first pitch. Weak little fly ball to center field for Verdugo. And 1 pitch, 1 out for Kenley Jansen, who has put up zeros in each of his last 4 outings.
Kenley's doing a much better job taking that big body of his straight down the drive line towards the hitter and the glove. That has brought back some velocity and some late movement.
One gone for Kelly. Another new one.
Dodgers win here tonight. The pitching staff has done it with their fastball, whether it's the cutter or the fastball. 75% of the pitches thrown by the Dodgers, heaters.
So you get when you combine Walker Buehler with Pedro Baez, looking like old Pedro Baez.
He didn't pull the string on the changeup till the last couple pitches of his part of the outing.
Tie game in the 9th. Here's a 1-1. Kelly swings, foul tips a slider, 1-2. Kenley heard your scouting report on Dodger pitching tonight.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I got him set up for the breaking ball.
The Dodgers in the bottom of the ninth. It's Hernandez, Beatty, and Barnes. And again, Justin Turner is available off of the bench. Kyle Garlick and Russell Martin still available to Dave Roberts too.
That last pitch is one of the best cutters he's thrown all year. 93, a velocity where he likes it. Late movement right on the corner. A very good sign for the big fella.
Fly to left center field and deep. Verdugo watches this one fly. A go-ahead home run for Carson Kelly. Kelly's 10th of the season gives the Diamondbacks a 4-3 lead in the ninth.
That's a good piece of hitting. Kenley hits the glove, but it doesn't have much action. It kind of stayed straight on him. When he gets the cut on it, it gets the pop up. When he doesn't get the cut on it, they can square it up a little bit better.
And so Kelly, who's been the best hitting catcher in the National League since early May, in his first season in a Diamondbacks uniform, part of the return of the Paul Goldschmidt deal, has broken the tie with a home run off Jansen. Ildemaro Vargas swings and fouls it. Strike one. Dodgers led this game 3-0 after 2 innings. Offense has gone 1 for its last 19. Well, the Diamondbacks chipped away, 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 7th before taking the lead here in the 9th. One and two. Look who's warming up. You get him right back in the saddle. And at this point, with the same score that he took the mound with last night.
I guess you just confront your demons very quickly.
And he's your guy.
Chafin has thrown the ball so well, but he's gone back-to-back days, and 9 pitches yesterday for 2/3 of an inning. 19 pitches here tonight, 14 strikes for an inning and a third. He is done. He is resting on the rail and on the hook for a possible W.
One that he would have earned if he gets. Another 1-2 to Vargas. Lifts it off the end of the bat, short left field. On comes Beatty, out goes Taylor, making the call on the catch for out number 2. Well, Dyson in the 7th inning with a 2-out double against Walker Buehler. Came in to score the tying run when Marte followed with a single. Strike one. Pulled to second, caught on the fly by Hernandez. The Diamondbacks have taken their first lead of the night on Carson Kelly's home run. The Dodgers trying to do it. Top tier plays brought to you by Arco. Just last night, Greg Holland came on, tried to get a save in a 4-3 game, and the Dodgers, as you know by now, did what they did. 5 consecutive walks to win at 5-4.
Everything with 2 outs. Everything started with 2 outs and 2 strikes. So he only got 2 outs, and it took 30 pitches for the Dodgers to end that game, and Greg Holland threw most of them.
Well, we mentioned before last night that Holland, while he had been one of the best pitchers at the back end of the National League since about early August last year, recently had started to scuffle. And with last night's outing, has given up runs in 4 of his last 8. Hernandez, Beatty, and Barnes coming up for the Dodgers. First pitch misses away, ball 1. Couple defensive changes. Elamaro Vargas, after pinch hitting, stays in, plays second. That moves Eduardo Escobar to third. Jake Lamb comes out. Holland's 1-0 pitch. Crack towards the right field corner. Slicing away from Dyson. And off the wall. Ricochets right to him. Leadoff double. That close to a game-tying homer. But Hernandez will take it and pass the baton to the rest of the Dodgers.
Enter the 10th man. Anticipating a possible comeback. And now with this ball off the wall, they are already out of their seats.
And look who's on deck. Holland to Beatty. Strike 1. There's Beatty's bases loaded walk that tied it last night. He was the last batter that Holland would face. Less than 24 hours after. Holland right back at the scene of the crime. Home with an 0-1. Beatty rips it inside the bag. This game is tied. Beatty hangs on with a single. Throw back to first late. It's happened again.
It's different than last night. Dodgers aren't walking. Holland's throwing strikes, but they are ripping it. A double, a single, a tie game. And now a guy coming up they all love.
On his bobblehead night, that is as loud of a roar as you're ever going to hear for a guy just simply being introduced. Turner off of the bench, winning run at first, nobody out in the ninth. Inside, it almost hit him. He's been a ball magnet. Almost hit him, and he seemed perfectly content if it was going to hit him. Maybe even a little lean forward from Turner. Fouls it back 1-1.
Usually it takes a fly ball to get the oohs and ahs. This time it just took the swing.
It's a swing these fans know well. And they've seen produce some of the biggest hits of this era for the Dodgers. Takes it down and away. He's ahead 2-1. Not again, Greg Holland's thinking. On a 2-1. Turner fouls it back again. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
For a guy who wasn't ready to go last night because of getting hit on that front elbow, he looks very comfortable in the box.
Two. Turner takes it in the dirt. It gets to the screen. And now a base hit can win it. This is one special place. Beatty tied it with a base hit. Now Turner takes strike 3. Perfect pitch from Greg Holland. 1 gone in the 9th.
Right on the corner. Perfect height. Hollow of the knee. Tough pitch to expect from a guy who has completely struggled with his command.
Torey Lovullo coming out. Well, the man in second and 1 gone. He's going to hand the ball to somebody else out of that bullpen. With Russell Martin introduced as the pinch hitter, here comes Yoshi Hirano. Yoshi Hirano has been so much better over the last month after a rough first couple months of this season. Last night we saw him pitch a scoreless 8th, and Torey Lovullo brings him on to replace Greg Holland with a winning run at second and Russell Martin coming up.
A very efficient 15 pitches to get 3 outs last night. 4 batters. Bellinger sandwiched a double in between, but he got out of the inning with a big strikeout of Kike Hernandez.
Well, Martin in the 9th inning rally last night came out very aggressive. Thought he was going to get a first pitch fastball. Holland threw him his slider, and Russell looked bad swinging and missing, but eventually walked. One of the 5 consecutive walks. A chance to win it here on the first one from Hirano. Martin takes in the dirt, ball 1.
They've won 7 in a row here at home, 30 out of the last 35, and it feels like they got another one in store for us.
That's a strike over the inside corner. 1-1 on Martin. Played more games in a Dodger uniform than anybody on the roster. Back for his 2nd stint as a 36-year-old in his 14th major league season. 9 years after he played his last game of his first stint here. On a 1-1 pitch. Watches a change in for a strike, 1-2.
That's the one you'd like to pick on right there. That one was a little bit up. He tries to normally get you to chase it, make it look like that knees end up in the dirt. That one was a little bit of a hanger.
Took this one, and the count evens up. Russell Martin grew up going to games at Olympic Stadium in Montreal with his dad. They'd ride the train to the games, and his dad would pretend to be the radio announcer. And the fake game that he was calling, Russell Martin would always come up in the 9th inning and get the game-winning hit. Beatty at second, one gone, 4-4 9th inning. The 2-2 is low, and the count goes full. On deck, Peterson. The payoff pitch. He takes ball 4. What an eye from Russell Martin, who for the second night in a row passes the baton to the next man. This time it's Jock Peterson.
Number 31, Jock Peterson.
This is what Dave Roberts talked about last night that was so impressive with the Dodger lineup, that they were able to pass the baton and to do it with 5 walks in a row. Jock battling the fact that you want to be a hero and swing the bat, but you got to get Hirano up in the strike zone. That's when you can barrel him up.
Caught the corner with a splitter, strike 1. Matt Beatty, winning run at second base. On an 0-1 pitch, Peterson takes a fastball for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Went against the grain there, pulling the trigger on the fastball, but boy, does that set up the rest of this at bat for Hirano.
Verdugo due next. 0-2 on Jock Peterson. Hirano delivers. Peterson tries to lay off and does. Ball 1. The Dodgers have 7 walk-off wins this season. Jock Peterson supplied the first with a home run on Jackie Robinson Day to beat the Cincinnati Reds. 7 walk-off wins before the All-Star break, and we're looking for an 8th. The 1-2. Outside, ball 2.
He showed good discipline on one split in the dirt. I think he's going to have to show that discipline again.
Two-two pitch from Yoshi Hirano. Peterson takes it high. A fastball runs it full. The payoff. Taken low to load him up. And here comes Alex Verdugo.
Walks are not usually that exciting, but those last 2 walks were so disciplined and so locked in. Russell Martin doing it against the split finger, and Jock Peterson against the fastball. This table is set and full, but Russell Martin started it. And Jock Peterson with the fastball. Both too low. Both a great job passing the baton again.
And again, the Diamondbacks find themselves with nowhere to put the hitter. The nightmare revisited after the visit from Lovello. Alex Verdugo stands in. Calmly took a walk last night. Fly down the line to left towards the seats, and it's 0-1. The infield plays in against Verdugo. The outfield plays extremely shallow, knowing that there's no chance really on a fly ball that Beatty would score from third anyways.
Outfitters have to play where they can throw the runner out at home.
Bounce to second. There's 1 and 2. A double play to send it to extras. Joe Kelly last night, a scoreless 1 1/3, and Dave Roberts continues to trust him in more and more important spots.
Again, not a soft landing for him, but he continues to show that you can trust him, and this is about as high a leverage as he has been in. If you can eliminate the first part of May and all of April, since May 8th, he has an ERA in the low 2s. So you look at the 5.97 and you go, no way, but he is starting to get it together. And there's no better night than tonight to show that he's ready for prime time than to post a 0 here in a tie game in the 10th.
And wholesale defensive substitutions for the Dodgers. Justin Turner stays in and plays third, and that starts the domino effect of Muncy moving to first, Peterson moving from first to left, Beatty from left to right, and Bellinger from right to center. And as Alex Verdugo comes out, and what will be a double switch, so the pitcher's spot now second in the Dodger lineup. 2, 3, and 4 here for the Diamondbacks against Joe Kelly. Ketel Marte tied the game with an RBI single in the 7th and is 3 for 4 tonight. What a game. Both teams getting one in the 9th inning. Kelly starts him with a curve for a strike. Arizona got its run on a home run from Carson Kelly against Kenley Jansen. 12 of the 15 runs Kenley's allowed this year have been off homers. And the Dodgers tying it. Back-to-back hits to open the bottom of the 9th. Double from Hernandez and a single from Beatty. Strike 2. Back to the curve. Weekly bounces second. Hernandez shovels on to Muncy.
3 well-executed pitches, starting out with a breaking ball, then a high fastball, and then back to a low breaking ball that he hit Russell Martin's glove with. Excellent start to this inning for Kelly.
And now Tim Locastro, and if you happen to just be joining us, Locastro's in there in the 3 spot because David Peralta left the game following his second at bat of the day with a sore shoulder. Here comes Joe Kelly. 99 to the knees. Oh, and 2.
Last night, the fastball was excellent from Joe Kelly. The pitch that got him offline was the breaking ball. He tried a couple of those, and all of a sudden, a walk creeped in on him. But then he got right back on track with the fastball. Tonight, it doesn't seem like any of the pitches are going to get him off track. It was a ball, but he got a fist pump from his catcher like, nice pitch.
That's the 1-2 fly. Locastro gets a piece of a nice curve, stays at 1-2. Another 1-2 pitch. Kelly got him swinging.
He's got them all working. That's a changeup down low, exactly where Russell Martin wants it. You see him brushing the dirt. 88 right down the middle. And you've got his stuff, Walker Buehler's stuff. You don't have to force guys to go east and west. Going north and south is good enough. Keep it on the plate, make them swing the bat, put it in a tough place to hit.
That's a changeup. We haven't seen him throw much over the last couple outings. Brings him back in to get Locastro. Now the bases are empty with 2 gone for Escobar. .100. I mean, it's right down the middle, but who cares?
And he's got 2 other pitches as weapons. It's not default to that, and the hitter knows exactly what's coming. He's starting to look like a different guy. The guy we saw in a Boston uniform that performed so well.
Went around 0-2.
It's taken him a long time to get comfortable in Dodger blue, but he might have just arrived. He might have a new cat on the mound. He might have used one of his 9 lives, but starting to look good.
1 or 2.
The fans are letting him back up for air.
0-2 pitch. Pop fly on the infield. Taylor with a call, and the catch. Fasten those seatbelts again. How cool am I kidding? They've been fastened for a couple innings. Taylor, Bellinger, and Muncy. Here's the best that they have. Yohan Lopez, and as good as anybody in the National League this year.
He's going to come at you with a fastball that hovers around 97 miles an hour. The Dodgers saw 9 pitches last night, and he recorded a third of an inning and got him out of a jam. He is the best. That's the best ERA of any National League reliever at 1.10. So if there's going to be another walk-off, and it's going to be this inning, it's a big challenge.
Couple defensive changes for you. Adam Jones now in the game in right. And Gerard Dyson flips over to left field. Who else would you rather have coming up here than Taylor, Bellinger, and Muncy? The way Chris Taylor's been swinging it, 1 for 4 tonight, but lined out his last time and hitting close to 500 over the last 2 weeks. Lopez comes home. Taylor shoots one down the line, and it's 0-1. Taylor tripled against Lopez last night. We're stranded at third. Dodgers had a couple opportunities late in that game before eventually cashing in with 5 walks in the 9th. Lopez home with an 0-1, and Taylor takes it high. If you're wondering about the last team to record 5 consecutive walk-off wins, it's actually the same team that it's the answer to who recorded 4 walk-off wins in a row last. 2004 Oakland A's did it 5 games in a row. Boy, he was way out in front there. 1-2. Taylor starting the 10th and swinging through a fastball for the first out. Here's Bellinger.
Lopez is a tough guy to string hits together against. 33 innings now, only 19 hits, so 1 swing would be pretty nice.
Power against power. First pitch outside. So rare 2 strikeout night for Cody Bellinger. Only the 9th time this year he's had multiple strikeouts in a game. On a 1-0 from Lopez, Bellinger hammers the ball. It's Bellinger's turn. A majestic drive from Cody Bellinger. The MVP chance rained down, and it's happened again.
The record-tying home run earlier was his longest of the year. This one is in the race. 442 feet. Power against power. The bat won.
And the Dodgers won for the 5th consecutive time in walk-off fashion. A 2-home run game. He knew it when it left the bat. 29 this season for Cody Bellinger. And our Lexus play of the game. Nights like this, and you don't want this season ever to end. Dodgers 5, Diamondbacks 4 in 10 innings. For Hershiser, Alana Rizzo, and the rest of our crew. Joe Davis saying so long and good luck sleeping tonight.